Tonight we're coming in from the western wasteland, just to the southwest of El Pozo, going across the top of Monte Nuevo, just to that southern edge of Picado, over the northern edge of Leones and Puerto Paricio. And there is your flight path. We are jumping with velocity. So let me go ahead and check in on my screen, find out what's happening at the very start. We do have Blizzard Esports jumping with the Roaring Dragons. My mouth doesn't want to say that. And to be announced, Claw's watching all that right in front of him. You can see that there's a lot of parachutes headed over towards this western wasteland wall. So it looks like the Roaring Dragons are going to be looking for some of those vehicles. And Blizzard headed over to that southern side of the trailer park, also looking for vehicles. Claw's getting that vehicle in that western edge of El Pozo. And let's go ahead and see what's going on over here by the power grid. San Martin team entity with Mad Esports and the Yamna Glazers. They are all coming into the San Martin area. It looks like Chumasera's pretty quiet. We've got the Pew Pews over there, but look at the southern side of Leones. We do have, looks like the Infinity Reapers are going to have a team. The Apex Predators dropping right on top of them. Let's get on over to Rags, see what Rags is looking at, because he does have a team right on top of him. And our first zone has popped. We're going over to that southeast edge. Very common first zone in our Miramar matches. So these teams already have this rotation down pretty good. And we have the first early fight with the Yamna Glazers. Let's see, where is all of this going on? Is this over here, I believe? Yes, it is. So let me go ahead and put this up here. Give you an idea of what's happening. We've got Mad Esports, two of them down. It looks like Pepsi. Pepsi is on a roll over here, so we'll give Pepsi some screen time, and we'll go the side by side over here. As Pepsi is trying to hold off the push. Oh, and Pepsi gets taken down by Entity Deep from across the way. Where is Deep over here? Deep is all the way over here, but we also have Mad Esports right on in here. Mad Esports still trying to come right up and in. Well, over here, Void is down to about 5 HP. Oh, and he gets taken down and out. Rags was getting pushed up and in onto the 5-stack. He's got him trying to get those coverage. He does get one of them, Marco from the Apex, but Rags is down to 5 HP, pulling out the shotty. Coming right up behind 90. 90 getting ready to keep them off of them. Supreme straight across, and you can see the Chosen up in the upper right hand corner. You guys can't, but I can. Let me show you really quickly on this. Up in that upper right hand corner, we still have the 3 teams coming up and in. 90 and Rags trying to get, Rags does get another one taken out. So 90 up to an elimination. Rags up to 2. Supreme is now the only one over here still. And now there goes Mad Leo. And now Mad is down to QQ and gets taken out by Team Entity. The left one up to 2 eliminations, and Deep up to an elimination. But now we do have San Martin completely cleared out. I'll go ahead and put this map screen back up so you guys can find out where your teams are. We do have teams all the way up to that north. Hello everyone, and happy Sunday night. We are with the North America's best stars. This is the final week. This is week 11 of 11. We'll have 5 matches tonight. Erangel, Miramar, Rondo, Miramar, and back to Erangel. So let's go through these slots before they start without us. In slot 3, Alpha 4 Legends. Slot 4 are the Apex Predators. Slot 5, Region 8 Gaming. Slot 6, Silver Spurs NA. Slot 7, the Infinity Reapers. Slot 8, Zoo Esports. Slot wrong slot. Slot 9, Origin. Slot 10, Vatic. Slot 11, Kill the Apps. There you go. Slot 12, Undisputed. 13, The 7 Deadly Sins. 14, the Gujarat Lions. 15, Phase 8. 16, Homeless Esports. 17, we got Avalanche. 18, Fate Esports. 19, Zone 0 Zenith. And 20, the Accidental Pros. There it is. Hello, Elite. How are you tonight? Happy Sunday night, Elite. Happy Sunday night. Are you ready for some sweaty action? Whoo! This boy's been sweaty. Alright. So Phase 9 is no longer has 8 in here. We got 7 above 9 and 13 and 15. Oh, let's put 7 over to the 7, put 9 over to the 9. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, let's go. Let me scroll it on up. Let's see what else I can show you. So I can't believe that the winter finals are all done after tonight. 11 weeks of winter finals. Whew. Week after week, just non-stop action. So let's see what tonight brings. I guarantee you it'll be sweaty. Oh. Alright, let's see. They're still trying to get everybody into their seat. Let's see, who are we missing now? It looks like most of the teams are in here now. Undisputed. Looks like they're all coming in from their WoW matches, their Ultimate Royale matches, their sweaty warm-ups. Let's see how warmed up they are, because we're 1 minute past starting, and Peachy is saying she's done with this. She's starting it. Shout out to Peachy and Kaylita and Lexi. Hopefully we'll have scores tonight. Hopefully it'll be up and rolling. Let me go ahead and get that map screen on there so that we can get everybody on the screen. I thought she pushed start. Let's see, there it is. Whew. And my fingers are freezing. Need a nice warm cup to wrap my fingers around. I just finished my cappuccino, so hopefully that'll sink into my brain. Alright, so ACT on the screen. Let's go ahead and jump with him. Make it easy on all of us. Let me get that map screen up there. There you go. We're starting match number 1 of 5 tonight. Erangel. Alright, that's a fast play. That's fast seconds. Alright, let's go. Match number 1. We're coming in from the western side of the quarry, going up and over Gatka, the ruins, the boatyard, to the north side of Rozlok, and to that northwest side of Stubber. So we will have chicky nuggies on the ground if we've got any AFKs. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. And here we go. Start of the flight path. Let's see how many teams go down to that quarry region. We usually have at least 1 or 2 over onto this side. Let me see. It looks like we do have Oh, we got Team 19, Zone 0 Zenus, and let's we got all sorts of tags in there. That's going to be fun for me. See if I can figure out who they are. Looks like Homeless headed on over to the ferry pier area. We got, let's see, Team 18, Fate Esports, and Apex Predators, both headed up to that South George area. We got, oh, we're going to have some problems right here. I can already see it, guys. He is coming down by himself. Whoops. I clicked on the wrong person, apparently. Nope, they went ahead and went north, so they're out of there. Let's see what's going on over here at the mansion. Come on, click. Clicker, clicker, clicker. There we go. What is happening? I cannot seem to click on anybody, guys. Everybody's just kind of trying to stay out of the screen. Alright, so we do have the Infinity Reapers up by Stauber. We do have, let's see which team made it on over there. The Accidental Pros have made it over to Yasnaya. We still have, looks like he's going to be able to get on out of there. Let's see what's going on. he wants that early tire squish. Oh, the tire squish. He just missed. Durville trying to get on out of there. I still remember the time that he hopped into the car, and then that wasn't such a great idea either. The rest of his team is coming up, and it does look like he is gonna go ahead, Laria gonna go ahead and get on out of there, save his life. Alright, let's see what else is going on. Let me put that map screen back up there, give you guys an idea where your teams might be located. We do have 17 teams. We are missing Undisputed, Team 12 in this first match, but we do have 5 matches tonight, so we'll have to see what ends up happening. Looks like Vatic headed over to that North Georgia area. I thought it kind of looked like they started to come down into Team 4, the Apex Predators. We do have a team going all the way up to that Zarky area. They may be wrapping around to go to that western edge of North Georgia. We'll have to keep an eye on this. This is Team 6, the Silver Spurs. And Master YouTube, I see you. They're up here at the Zarky Farm, just to the north of North George. Let's see, we've got a team down in Nova. They're going to have to come across, because you can see that we do have mostly mainland, and I don't think we'll be going down to the military base. I feel pretty confident in saying that. Let's see, Alpha 4 Legend, not too far away from Team 11. Kill the Ops. Let's check in on Toad. Hello, Toad. Peach! Is that you, Peach, over here with Perk, Bod, or Boo, and Toad? Bod. I thought that was a D. And they are coming right up and over into that Alpha 4 Legend area. Let's see. Oh, yep. Here we go. Alpha 4 Legend getting pushed up on, and he is a solo over here. So let's see. MM 2025. Let's go. Let's see what's going on. We are on Alpha 4 Legend Penguin. Look at this. He's got one knock. He's got perk down to about 5 HP. And he's trying to get that elimination, but here comes the rest of them. Will this be tonight's first 1v4 Alpha 4 Legend? Oh, they came right up and in. So there they go. They're gonna. But here comes ICT. Is he gonna go ahead and go up? And it looks like they went ahead and pulled them on back. It was just 2 of them coming in and across, because they are a duo now. So they're gonna have to play this a little more defensively. I see some chaos going on over on the California coastline. Here we go. We got Team Fate right on over here next to Team 19, Zone 0 Zenus, with a couple of different let's see how many tags they got in here. They got Team Seal, Wheezy, and then a duo from Zone Zenith. So it looks like they're gonna get on out of there. Nade Baglu was a top fragger last week. Let's see what he is doing. And they're just all rotating. Let me put that map screen back up there, give you an idea of where they're coming and going. Alright, so yeah, Burnt Penguin, it does look like your duo is doing fine over at the farm, so we'll keep an eye on that for a minute. The rest of everyone is just kind of spread out across the map. I don't really see any early fights except over on that far east edge. We might have one over here. Let's check in on where Laria went, and Laria was the one that we saw initially trying to run him on over that nade. Ooh, Derville coming right up and into that nade, but no damage done. And so now here comes the rest of both teams, and Laria trying to get those window sprays, but we do have just the Gujarat Lion. Oh, Lux. Oh, able to get Derville down. So the Gujarat Lions down just a solo. The rest of the Gujarat Lions coming up and around. We'll see if they decide to go ahead and take this fight or if they're going to go ahead and turn back. Not sure what they're thinking. Sam right on over here. Does look like maybe they're going to go ahead and pull on back and get some more loot. So we'll see. We'll see. It's very early in this match yet. And everyone still has plenty of time to get looted up in peace. And now the blue zone is starting to move. We've got less than a minute for zone number 2. So let's see what's happening over here. I feel like we've got 13 and 19 together. We do. Let's check in on. Hello, Gil. Where are all the people in the chat that scream for Gil every week? Here he is on your screen with Speedy. We got Not Love. Sam Sexy. Sam Sexy. So he's over here at the boatyard and he is doing just fine by himself over here with Not Love. Alright, so they're still just all kind of checking out and doing the rotations, just trying to get some information. It does look like the Silver Spurs might be missing Vatic, but Vatic usually takes that route, so we'll have to check. Let's check in on Vatic. And let me get some claws on the screen. Hello, claws. Look at this car. Whew, sharp. I like it. Alright, so we are still coming on in, and I think Claus is going to miss the Silver Spurs coming down. I thought they normally go on that north side, but it does look like they're coming down to the south and may end up in the Apex Predators. So we'll have to see which side of the river we're going to go on. And there goes Salty right in front of Claus. So we still have quite a bit of movement. We've got quite a bit of rotations going on, but it does look like we've got a little different rotation from Vatic. They may be trying out some new stuff tonight in tonight's final week. This is the final week of finals. Let me go ahead and scroll that down just a little bit. We know that there's a team over in Novo. Ooh, they came right up and in on the Apex Predators. So now the Apex Predators, Claus just saw him right on that ridge. Let's see what's going on. Let's check in on Supreme right up over here. Marco is the one that was out running around that Claus just drove past. And Marco now, Marco getting found by Casper. So now let's check in on what's going on over here. Salty has been knocked, and we do have two of them knocked over here for the Apex Predators. They're down Supreme and Void. Void getting ready to throw that nade right out and in onto Claus. Just getting it out that window before that nade went off. We here comes the molly to keep him up so that he can get that heal off. But Claus, look at Claus coming in with about 5 HP. That nade did do some damage. He's gonna go ahead and throw that molly right on outside that window where Claus was beneath it. And we do have Claus. Ooh, what a molly up and over. And so now we are down to just Pixel. Pixel is the last one still standing, and there they go. The first team out. Apex Predators, and all 4 of them from Vatic are still in this, and they've taken over this western edge. And I got another fight going on over here. Let's see what's happening. Where are we? Gil over here in a fight with Region 8 Gaming. Let's check in on Region 8 Gaming, see what's going on with them. Here is Trupac out running around, trying to get some information, trying to find out where the teams are coming in on them. Let me go ahead and put this map screen up there, and let me get this off my screen. There we go. And there we go. Scrolling on in there. And let me know if you got a team in here that you want to check in on besides Alpha 4 Legend for the Burnt Penguin. You can see that they are still coming in from that southern side. We also have a fight right on over here. Let's see what's happening between Team 8. Ooh, coming right on over towards that school area, and let's check in on Rish going down. So now we only have Zone Zenith 0 Tala over here going through Rostock. And gonna end up right in the gets found by the Infinity Reapers. Alright, let's see. Got a lot of chaos going on in Rostock at the moment. We do have a couple of teams coming on in. Let's see what's happening as Team 18 takes over the top of Roz Hill. Team 18, Fate Esports, and we do have a couple of teams down in the school area as well, so they're all clustering on this western edge. That north side of the river completely cleared out, and Vatic went back across the bridge over to the north side where I expected them to go, but they decided to switch it up on me. Let's see what's going on with Phase 9, getting ready to go across the top of the river. We're going across Death Island, and they may end up running right into Vatic. And now we do have a fight with the Silver Spurs and the 7 Deadly Sins. Let's see what's going on. Oh, the 7 Deadly Sins. I couldn't click on them fast enough, guys. Silver Spurs over near that Rostock area. And so now let's go ahead and check in on the map screen. Let's see how close these guys are to each other. Vatic coming right up and in. They do end up finding Phase 9. Where is this going on? Because I don't see. No, they are ahead of Phase 9, so they came over here. Let's see what's going on there with Region 8 Gaming. We're on Casper right now as they're coming right on through. Trupac able to find a little bit of Casper, not too much. Oh, that nade coming up and over though, and Claus is down, Salty is down. It is just up to Blaze. Blaze is the last one still standing against Region 8 Gaming, but you can see off in the distance, Phase 9 came right up and around just to the south side, and Vatic going out to Region 8 Gaming. So now let's see what's going on with Phase 9 coming right up and in onto Region 8 Gaming. We did lose Nika right at the top, but we are on Trupac, and we are getting peppered by Peppa. So let me go ahead and check in on the map, see what we are doing now as we scroll on in. This is the only active fight at the moment, but I can put this map up there for you to give you an idea of where your teams may be. We still have 11 teams in this. There you go. And Team Fate with Homeless now. Let me get on over there and find out where this fight is going on. Team Fate at the southeastern edge. Team Fate down to just NABS. So let's see. We got Homeless to the eastern side, and we also have Team 11 over on that western edge, gatekeeping the southern side, coming on in. So the Silver Spurs are wrapping up and around, and Beglu trying to get those shots down onto the one stack. It looks like some of the teams are teaming up. Nah, these teams aren't teaming up. Alright, so let's go. Let's check in on Homeless, see what's going on with the Homeless over here, find out what's going on with the Homeless Man. Homeless Man is up to 2 eliminations over here with Dope and Wick. The trio coming right up in the round on the other side of Team 18, Team Fate. Team Fate now getting pinched between the Homeless and the Silver Spurs. The Silver Spurs, Kevin, off in that distance. Oh, and he does get found, Termy. So now I think Epaglu is the last one still standing as Team 6 wraps up and around, man, and we can hear those footsteps not too far away as well. Team 6 all pushing right up and around. Man coming out down to 1 HP is Master on that backside, but we've also got Plagoo trying to get those shots, and now Plagoo also a solo across the way with all the Silver Spurs coming right up in the in onto Plagoo on that C-flop and coming right into the center of the Silver Spurs. Silver Spurs up to 6 eliminations. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit, guys, and see what's going on. We have Region 8 going through that northern area, not too far away from the Gujarat Lions, and Team 20, the Accidental Pros. We still have some info. We still gotta have a couple of teams right over here on this western edge. So while you guys check in on that, I'm gonna go ahead and fix my map so that when we switch over to check in on the new map or new zone, and we can see where we're switching over. And we are going to that western side, so right over here towards this East Roz area, the East Roz Bridge, all of that is still in zone. So most of these teams do have to move on into the zone. Hello, Roxy Deweezy. Hello, thank you, Dewey. Thank you, Deweezy. Alright, so let's see. We've got Zoo down in East Roz. Let's check in on Zoo, see what they're keeping an eye on. Hello, Jot. Jot keeping an eye on the Infinity Reapers up on that ridgeline to make sure that they don't come on in. And Master YouTube getting a knock over onto some other area. Oh, I see. They got a fight right on over here. Let's check in on this fight, find out what's happening between Team 17 Avalanche and I think it's the Silver Spurs. The Silver Spurs are coming right up and in. Let's check in on Farah, find out what's happening as Farah still pushing in onto Team 17, the Avalanche. The Avalanche down in that one stack now. Let's see what's going on. Laria, no matter where Laria goes, Laria finds somebody coming after him. So now let's see as the Silver Spurs are pushing right up and in. Lux going down to the Silver Spurs, and now it is Laria and LZX as they're right downstairs. That Nay coming in and across the way from Laria. I don't believe there's any, but there's the Molly to try to keep him down and off. And now we still have a trio from the Silver Spurs right on down below. Let's go on over and check in on what is happening on the other side, because we've got another fight going on across the way. We've got Team 11 getting pushed up on by Zoo over here in East Rise as well. Team 11 once again killed the Ops. Look at this. We do have L. Woo! The Silver Spurs getting taken down and out. So now, let's see what else is happening on here. We still have that fight that's going on over in East Rise. So let me get that on the main screen and let me get your map up there because we're getting ready to go into stage 6. We still have a few more seconds, but Toad knows that the Infinity Reapers are right there on that ridge line. We've only got a couple of seconds, so let's see what's going on. Oh, Truepak getting found by the Infinity Reapers. So now let me see if I can find the Infinity. Let's go on over. Truepak was up to 4 eliminations. They are still right there on that edge of zone, so they'll be able to get him picked back up. But they do have to go across the river now. We still have the 2 teams down here in East Rise. So we still have 6 teams in this. And let me see. The rest of the teams are still coming in slow on this push. With the Infinity Reapers coming into that north side of East Rise. Let me check in on Natty up to 2 eliminations, 5 eliminations for the Infinity Reapers as they are coming on down right in front of the Region 8 Gaming, right next to 2 other teams. We do still have Zoo in this, Zoo Flame right over here, trying to hold down the top of the balcony, watching as we've got Team 11 kill the Ops. Infinity Reapers, Region 8 Gaming, they are off. And who do I think's gonna win? I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure just yet. I don't know a couple of these teams well enough to know how they play or what their rotation is gonna be. But Region 8 Gaming does have a nice spot with a lot of hard cover, and Cobra getting found by Region 8 Gaming. Let me go ahead and put this up on the iPad so that you guys can kind of see where everyone is. Region 8 Gaming right along this coastline. Region 8 Home Depot did get knocked Cobras. Cobra was pushing along this coastline. Region 8 Gaming has no one at their back, but they've got sight lines and a lot of hard cover. What I'm looking at though is East Ross has 3 teams in it, and they're not really pushing each other. They're watching the other teams coming on in. And Home Depot pushed all the way up, and Home Depot is getting quite a few eliminations. Oh, Home Depot got knocked over onto this side. So now let's go ahead and check in on Truepak and get him on a side-by-side. I do want to check in on some of these teams like the Infinity Reapers. There you go. See ya. There you go. Just trying to get those shots across onto the Avalanche. And so this is a solo from Zoo. Keeping an eye on the 2 teams over here in East Raz. Plus, we have the other teams that are still pushing right up and in. So let's see what we can see from the top. And I think Truepak's going to be able to get up over to Home Depot and get him picked back up. And there goes the Avalanche. Or not the Avalanche. There goes Avalanche is down at the end. There goes one of the teams. I've already forgotten which team. I'm sorry, guys. It has none of the caffeine has kicked into my head just yet. Give me a minute to get warmed up, and let's see. Truepak does go down, so Truepak has been knocked. Let's see what else is happening across the way. We still have the 3 teams over here in East Raz, and the zone is going to East Raz. So Avalanche needs to come in. Region 8 Gaming needs to come in. We still have Zoo inside the squad house of East Raz. So A lot of chaos. Not what I'm used to seeing out of these teams, so we'll see what's going on. I really thought Region 8 Gaming had it with their placement, but Zoo is not letting them come on in. We got the Flame that's over here making sure he's covering from across the way, and we still have the window on there. That's kind of crazy. Alright, so now let's see who is the top fragger at the moment. Trupak, but he is back up onto his feet, guys. And the Avalanche, Region 8 Gaming still has a really good placement. They're up to 13 eliminations, so we'll have to see what's going on as the zone pops again. Let me go ahead and put that map screen up there to show you where our zone is. It is still pretty central, but it's a wide open area. We do have a road going down the middle, a couple of roads to be honest, and a lot of wide open space. If we shift over to that eastern side, over to where Avalanche has already figured out their placement, I think Avalanche may have a pretty good shot because they have the sight lines, they've got the terrains, they've got their dips. It's a good possibility that the zone shift will go right over and into them. And then all these teams that are in that western side of the map, we still have the 3 teams in the East Ros. They are all going to be coming right out into Avalanche and Region 8 Gaming. So we'll have to see where this next zone pops. Let's go. It is now, and we do go over to that western edge. So Avalanche is already set up. I think Avalanche has a really good chance, but we'll have to see what happens. The Infinity Reapers are going to have to push down and in. Flame most likely is going to get pushed up and in, and I'm still kind of confused why that window has not broken out, even though he shot out that window several times. Alright, I think the Infinity Reapers are getting ready to push on down and in. Let's check in on what they're doing over here. 90 down to about 5 HP, but he's got Region 8 at his back. And 90 finding Trupak. So now there goes Trupak. Let's go ahead and see what's happening in this new zone. This new zone does push across towards Avalanche. Avalanche is a trio, guys, and we do have all 4 of them from the Infinity Reapers still up, and we're down to the top 4 teams. Let me show you over here on the iPad, give you an idea of what's happening as these teams are going to have to push out of that East Ros area because they are right on the edge of zone. They still have time to figure out where they want to go. But Avalanche is already set up. So in my chat, let me know, who do you think has the best placement? So I do think the Avalanche, since they're already set up, they do have the upper hand. But can they hold it? They are in the wide open. And now the push from the Infinity Reapers that I expected to happen quite a bit sooner are coming right up and in on to kill the ops. Let's see what's going on over here. Ooh, that nade coming. Ooh, that nade coming right on in. Now we're just down to Toad. Toad is the last one still standing against the 4-man push from the Infinity Reapers, and we still have Zoo Flame up on that balcony of the squad house. And we've got Avalanche letting it all play out right across from them. So we still have 4 teams in this. So we've got Avalanche, the Infinity Reapers. Oh, and there goes Toad. So now we should be able to get Sam R picked back up, but we still have 3 teams in this. We still have Zoo. Look at Flame. Flame's still right on over here. It looks like Flame getting pulled up on. Flame gets 1 knock, but the Infinity Reapers come right up and in. So now it is down to the Avalanche. The Avalanche still. There it is, the Avalanche coming in first, pushing up onto the Infinity Reapers, getting that third party. Avalanche coming in first with 7 eliminations. The Infinity Reapers coming in with 13 eliminations. And Zoo coming in third. GG's top 3. Here are the rest of the scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16, and 17. Going all out. Region 8 Gaming, Home Depot, 6 eliminations, 991 damage. So with that, we should be right back with some live scores and match number 2. This is North America's Best Stars final week. Be right back. West Edge, and they've got a long way to go to get to zone. We'll have to pay attention. It is Blizzard Esports. They normally come across that northern edge all the way down to that eastern edge, and we'll just follow the roads on down. So it's pretty easy to figure out what they're gonna do, and I don't see a whole lot of issues with that route, but they are not that far away from the Roaring Dragons. All right, let's see what else is happening. Looks like velocity is still over on that northern side of zone, and now the Chosen BMF going down. Chosen, let's see what's going on. We got Oscar all the way across the way trying to get those shots. He's up on the construction site, so he's got to come on down. Tryout over on this edge. Tryout's not too far away from a couple of them from Team 11. So you can see on the mini map that he is still right on in here. And here comes the rest of them. Asta coming on through. And we do have Shing across the way also. We did lose BMF up on that ridge trying to get that off angle. And they were found by the Infinity Reapers. So now, let's see. Rags up to 3 eliminations. Ooh. Good thing he got it unstuck. He was able to get out of that spray. And now look at this. We got some more fights going on. Let's get on over here, find out what is happening. I know Corona may be able to get this. Oh, who found you? Almost there, Kaiser. Kaiser from across that way. Let's go and check in on Kaiser. Almost there. Down to just a duo. We lost Wolf and we lost Wiz, but we do have 7 but 11 having fun with the cliffside. So now Socrates also in a fight. Let's see Socrates over here. Where did I see Socrates last? Looks like they've left on me. Blizzard. Ooh, here you go, Emmett. So nope. They're looking for the Roaring Dragons. Who was looking for Blizzard? I can't remember now. There, Shago. There we go. Shago. There we go, Shago. And so, let's see. Dweezy. Hello, Dweezy. So now Blizzard. Ooh, Blizzard. Not Gets taken right on out. He gets sprayed out of that as the Roaring Dragons are coming right up behind. Blizzard's still trying to get on in, and Golu is able to get an elimination, and we still have Socrates in that fight as well. So Socrates in the fight with Pew Pews. And where is that going on? That should be right on over here. They were over in this area, so let's see. I did lose them as well, but it looks like we've got the Roaring Dragons coming right up and in on top of Team Entity. And so look at this. We still have almost there the duo in another fight as well. Let me go ahead and put this map screen up there. We've got so many fights, and there they are up on that ridge line. The Blizzard Esports coming on in, and now our zone pops again, and we are still going over to this eastern edge. And I found Socrates. Let's see what's going on with Socrates. They are up to 4 eliminations, but the Pew Pew, I see him off in that distance. Let's check in on them. Pew Pew, are you the last Pew Pew? Yes, he is. So Pew Pew is a solo, trying to get on through, trying to stay away, but he is going to center zone. He is not trying that hard to get away from it all. We got the Chosen down to just Asta and Shing now. They are over here still in Los Leones, so they need to move on out. They do need to get up into zone. We are headed into zone 3. And while we do that, I'm going to check the map. Yeah, we can scroll this map in quite a bit more to give you guys a better idea of what is happening. I do see that Pew is having some problems up in that center zone compound. So let's get on over to Pew as Socrates comes right up and in onto him. Pew down to about 20 HP. And here they all come. We've got the sticky bombs going off, and there's still Asta from the Chosen gets taken down and out. So now the Chosen down to 1 HP. Pew Pew trying to hold off the 4-man push from Socrates. All 4 of them from Socrates still standing, but we've got straight out of Nepal Spence over watching all of this happening right on down below. So now we do have Blizzard Esports. Blizzard Esports once again in a fight right on over here. Let's check in on what is happening with the 7 Deadly Sins. Blizzard Esports Nova coming right up and in onto Porsche. Let's see, it looks like Benny Wall. I'm sorry, Benny Wall. So now let's go. Hello, Gil. I want to see all this support for the 7 Deadly Sins. You guys never disappoint. So now, let's see what else is going on. We do still have the Chosen coming in. We've got the Infinity Reapers. And it looks to me like almost there, this duo maybe gatekeeping all these teams that are trying to come out of Leones. They know that there are at least 2 teams coming out. You can see that the Infinity Reapers, Samar, coming right up and around. We got 7, but 11 paying attention, and now I just saw Chima. Oh, here they come right up and in onto. Almost there, did place themselves right here along this pathway. And let's get on over here and find out what is happening with Team 16. The Royal 7 also over here in a fight. 7 but 11 trying to hold off the Infinity Reapers as the Infinity Reapers come up and around. You can see the Royal 7 Chima going down. So now the Royal 7 down to just Derek. Derek is the last one still standing as Team 6 is coming up, and in Velocity, the last match winners of 25 points for that first match. And now we have to be announced in a fight with the Roaring Dragons. So we've got fights going off everywhere. Let me see. Can the solo get on out of there? We got Derek trying to get away from all of that chaos. And we also had the fight. And let's see, who was it? Was it Salty? Yes, it was Salty. Salty no longer in that fight. So, ooh, maybe not. He is headed straight for the Roaring Dragons. So let's get on over to the Roaring Dragons. Well, let's go. Let's stay here because we do have the 2 fights going off. We'll see if Salty drives right up and into the Roaring Dragons. Hello, Pahadi. Pahadi Ahmed. Hello. Let's get the Roaring Dragons onto our screen. Let's see what's happening over here. We're down to just a duo now. We have Rashab right here also. Also standing is Gorlus. Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm still waiting on those results to come on in. Hopefully we won't have any issues with the scores tonight, but I will show them when we get them, if we get them. So we are headed into match number 2 of the NABS, the North America's Best Stars, week 11, the final weeks. All right, Lexi's trying to get the scores to load, but they aren't loading. So hopefully we can get the scores figured out and get them over to you. So let's head on into... Ooh. Ooh. My chair stuck and I almost fell face first. Let's head on into Miramar with Region 8 Home Depot. 6 eliminations, 991 damage. Alright, Region 8 Gaming Home Depot. Wow, that was a fast one. Let's see if I can catch them. There we go. There is your last match, Top Fragger. Let's get in here. So we're coming in from the north side of Impala and the Impala Islands, going across the north side of Leones, south of Chumacera, and minus the Valle. Valle del Mar is to the north of this flight path. We are going all the way down to the prison. These flight paths do not get much farther south than this. A lot of these teams love these northern areas, so they're going to have to find some early cars and get on moving. Man, let's see what's going on with the first few jumping up. Benny Wallace, see you for the 7 deadly sins. They're headed up over to the truck stop, and I think that's Alpha 4 Legend right there along with them. Do see right underneath, yes it is Alpha 4 Legend. We got the Silver Spurs jumping with the Avalanche, headed over to minus Generalis. 7 deadly sins down in 7 deadly sins down in Impala. We've got the Gujarat Lions headed down to Puerto Aparicio. I see the Infinity Reapers right here on top of the Apex Predators. Let's head on over here because Home Depot with Region 8 are doing just fine. So let's get into this fight. Find out what's happening. I'll keep an eye on the map and I'll show it to you. So, ooh, Rags! Rags with the explosive bow! How often do we get to see that? And they are still coming right up and in. Alulu has been knocked. We should be able to get him picked back up, but the Apex Predators are down, and our first zone does pop, and we're going all the way to that northwest edge. We have La Cabarilla, El Pozo, San Martin, all the way down to just that northwest edge of Leones and Chumacera. And Home Depot just now landed. That's crazy. Alright, so let's see what else is going on. We do have another fight right on over here. Let's find out what's happening with Kill the Ops and Team 12 across the way, undisputed. So let me go ahead and put those on the side by side so we can at least catch a couple of these fights. You can see that they're across the street. But Rags does not get that elimination, even though that was the first initial knock with the crossbow. And now it does look like the accidental pros are in the fight with the zoo. Let me see if I can figure out where that is. Rags is getting pushed up on, and it's really quiet over in Valle del Mar, so let me check in on where the accidental pros and zoo, because we do have oh, we've already lost Vert for the accidental, or for zoo. For my YouTube chat, we did lose one at the zoo, so let's go. Let me see what else is happening. We do have Alpha 4 Legend over here in a fight with, oh, Benny Wall. Benny Wall's already been taken down over in that truck stop area. So let's see what's going on. Let me get Gil on the screen because I know that a lot of you in my YouTube chat are always calling out for Gil. And the Apex Predator Void goes down, and Marco, that nade bouncing, kind of odd. Rags, is that exactly where you wanted it? Oh, it's a smoke, I see. So Rags coming out and oh, Rags does get knocked. And so Lou up at the top, trying to get those shots down on top of them. And we do get Nighty going down. We're gonna try to get Nighty picked back up as a Lulu. As here comes the rest of them. I think Lulu coming out without a helmet. Look at this. He's not excited about pushing up and in. We still have the fight over on the right side at the truck stop. So let's see. We did get that res off, and we still have all 4 of them still standing from the Apex Predators as well. Apex Predators, it looks like they're going to go ahead and back off. So let me go ahead and put this map screen back up there, show you guys where we are. We do have a lot of fights going on. I want to try to catch as many of them as possible. And this is the final weeks of winter finals for the North America's Best Stars. And let's head on over to the Accidental Pros. The Accidental Pros also in a fight over here with Zoo. So now let's see what's going on. The Accidental Pros are down to just a duo. Let me see what else I can show you on the screen. It looks like we've got Homeless pushing up on the Vatic over in El Pozo as well. Look at all these fights that are going off. We've got 3 or 4 fights. We've got a fight about to start in El Pozo. We've got a fight down in that Drilla area. We've got a fight over in Villa Del Mar Zoo. Oh, I think we're down to just a duo over here for the Accidental Pros. And we got a duel coming in, so we got another Gil over here. Let's see what's going on. It is a 2v2, but we do have Jot right on down below. So Jot is in here with the Accidental Pros. And, oh, Cobra goes down. So it is now just down to Hunter. Hunter is going to come out and right in front of Jot. Look at the placement of this team for Zoo. He's smoking it up. Does he know that Jot is right there? Look at this. And there it goes. Zoo up to 3 eliminations, but they did lose 2 players in stage 1 of Miramar. So they're gonna have the fight up here in El Pozo, because Homeless did come right up and in on the Vatic. So Claus up at the top. I just saw him as we went through. Homeless Wick. Let's see what Kalasa is doing. Kelsa? Alright. Not exactly sure. Thank you, Lexi. No problem, Lexi. Lexi finally got it to print, guys. I will show it right at the end of this match as we are headed in. Sod OP says Roxy. Yes, he is, Roxy. Yes, he is. Alright, Claus! Man is able to get Claus. And where's Claus? I think Claus is at a rooftop. Yes, he is. Is he going to be able to get over that ridge? Yes, and he should be able to get picked up by Casper. Casper right on down below him. We do have Blaze getting into position right up on top of all this. And Salty looking dope coming right on underneath where Blaze is. Blaze has the mini and a 4 times. Look at that. Look at that. Shot. And so now Kalasa is the last one still standing. Look at this. Trying to get out of there. Blaze spamming that mini. Trying to get him on down. So now we should have Claus back up onto his feet. Yes, he is. But now they're going to come up and around and try to get that angle over here on to Blaze. They did get that pickup, but not before Blaze could get him again. And Blaze getting another one. No, Casper is able to find man, and so now Blaze knows that there's one more still standing. Is Colossus is coming up behind Blaze. Look at this. Wrapped up and around. Gonna go ahead and take on Vatic in a 1v4. Let's see. Can Colossus do this? As right on down below. Look at that. All of them are right there underneath. As they, ooh, Colossus does have those views, but no scope. No scope on it. No. Oh, are they wrapping around? They are wrapping around to try to find them. So now, let's see. And let me check in on the map while we are watching all of this. We do have 7 Deadly Sins over here with Alpha 4 Legends. 7 Deadly Sin. Gil is the last one still standing. And it looks like he's going to try. Oh, Colossus gets found by Salty. Alright, so we do have Gil still getting chased down over in that truck stop area. So let me go ahead and switch on over for the next fight. I see the Gujarat Lions right on over here coming right up and in right next to Zoo, and I think Jad is the last one still standing with the Gujarat Lions going in and across the 7 Deadly Sins. You can see over at the truck stop, it's still getting pushed up on by Team 3, Alpha 4 Legends. So let me go ahead and put this map screen up there to let you guys know if you. Let me know if your team's still in this. We still have 15 teams in this, but we have lost some teams, and your teams may be still out in the blue. They are being really quiet, moving on in. It looks like Jot's gonna go ahead and get some of that loot on out of there. So let me see. I think now I can go ahead and put that map screen back up because the fights are mostly over, except for Gil over in that truck stop area. I'll go ahead and put him on there, and we'll keep an eye on the rest of it. Let me know if there's a team you want to check in. Center zone getting pretty busy right on over towards that area where Blaze is. And Gil getting 1 knock, getting 2 knocked. Oh! Ken down to about half health with that M249 was able to take out Gil, but Gil did get a double knock on all that. Let's check in on Blaze, because Blaze is right on top of all of this, on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. He does have a team right on down below him, the Gujarat Lions. So now let's see what else is happening. We do have a couple of teams coming up right underneath them, though. This is Team 19. Once again, the Zone 0 Zenith. Team Seal 9 in that dryer cycle coming. Oh, Jot is now getting pulled up in on by the Zone 0 Zenith, and he is pinched between Blaze on top. Oof. Blaze is now up on top of Mount Kilimanjaro, looking down onto Zone 0 Zenith, but on top of Zone 0 Zenith is another team as well. We got Team Fate up the top on the other side, so they are keeping an eye down along that ridge line. Let's see what's happening, and they are right up over here. There we go. Ninja was the one checking in all of that, but Blaze may be able to see Ninja from across the way. So let me go ahead and zoom on in onto this map, and I'll put the map up, and let me know if your team's still in this. There's nobody north of La Cabrera, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut the map screen off at that area. So let's bring that down just a little bit. There you go. Now you guys can see that they're starting to spread out a little bit. They're just defending. There's spots in zone at this point. Let me see who I think maybe the next ones to fight. I do see that we've got several teams coming in from the south side. So the Infinity Reapers may end up right in the lap of the Apex Predators. So we'll have to keep an eye on Void right when he gets out of the blue. The Infinity Reapers should be showing up right behind you as they come on into this compound area as well. So let's see. Looks like they're still down to that south. They are not coming in all that fast and furious. But let's go back on over to Zone 0 Zenith. Still underneath all these teams over here. We still have Blaze at the top. We still have the Gujarat Lions across the way. So I do want to check in on our zone pots again. Look at this. We're headed right back over to El Pozo. So we're going to go right into Vatic territory. And the first team over in there are the Gujarat Lions. They moved right out and right into Salty. Salty spraying them down, and Sam coming right up right behind where the two of his teammates just went down, and we still have Blaze up on top of that ridge as well. Gujarat Lions coming into El Pozo right in between Claus and Salty both. They're still on over here. Salty up to 3 eliminations. And let's see what Claus is doing. Claus getting... Looks like they're just making sure that nobody comes on in. Casper not too far away over here from team, I think that was 15. Yes, team 15 coming in. Phase 8. Phase 8 coming in. So let's see. Where did phase 8 end up? So I thought it was phase 9. I don't know why it says phase 8 in one spot and they've got P9 in the other, but phase 8 has a Salty as well, so keep an eye on that for just a second. Let me put this map screen back up there. It is getting pretty interesting at this point because we are crushing these teams in on top of each other. We're only in stage 3 and we still have several teams like down in this lower southwest or southeast side. We've got Zone 0 Zenith right there with Team Fate with Alpha 4 Legend coming up behind him. We've got Avalanche phase 9. Look at that. Phase 9 getting those shots right up and across over onto the Avalanches. The Avalanche came right up and over that ridge. So let's get on over and check in on what phase 9 is doing over onto this side. Phase 9, Peppa. Peppa, look at that. Casper up on top of that ridgeline as well. Let's see what can we get over to Casper. I don't think we can get up there. I think he has pretty good view of what is happening. Look at how Vatic is taking over this whole center area. This is crazy how far they are split up. They've got Casper and Blaze over on the east side, Claus almost all the way to the west side, and Salty on the east side of El Pozo. So they've got a lot of space in between them. I'm going to come on over to the Region 8 Gaming Troopbach. He does have coming up and around. His Team 12 Undisputed are trying to get that rotation, but they have the Apex Predators right in behind them. So the Apex Predators chasing them on down. Let's see what we can see what's going on as they're trying to chase in. Team 12 coming right up and in underneath. Look at this. And Region 8 Gaming, Nika from across the way, putting most of that down and out. Nika was able to get one of those eliminations. And I think, let's see, who got most of them were from Team 12. Team 12 Undisputed up to 1 elimination each, 4 total. Region 8 Gaming still coming down and in, getting ready to get on over there and finish off the team. Look at this. Nika is able to get into a position to see him as Home Depot. Our last match, Top Fragger is coming in right behind all this. There's still one right in front of him. Does he know that he is up? Yes, he does. And he takes those shots into the smoke to try to finish off the Team 12 right on down below. And now he sees them, and that is it. The Silver Spurs are coming up into this as well, though. The Silver Spurs also trying to get in onto some of this third party. And while we watch this, our zone does pop again. It's a donut zone going to El Pozo and the southern side of El Pozo. Let me put this map screen up there to show you where the teams are. Let me know if your team is still in this. So now, let's see. We do have Team 17 right in that center zone area, right at the far southeast side of El Pozo. Team 17, Avalanche. We did lose one of the players from Avalanche, but it sounds like we do have Team 15, Phase 9 in the fight over here with Vatic, as Vatic is now starting to regroup. We still have Salty over on this eastern side, and we do have Claws right on over here as well. Salty is able to see quite a bit of this area. He's looking down onto Phase 9, the Gujarat Lions, and we also had Team 19 across the way, Zone 0 Zenith. So let me go ahead and scroll on in. I feel like we're going to probably go to the south of El Pozo up into all those ridges. We'll have to see where we pull, and we did. Right on top of the ridges. So most of these teams are going to have to find their spot. As you can see, we only have the one team in that zone at the moment, and that is Avalanche. Avalanche has the only compound, but the Gujarat Lions are right there behind them. Let's see what's going on over with the Zone Zenith. Zone Zenith getting taken out over here by the Silver Spurs. The Silver Spurs starting to heat up again, coming in a late zone and coming in hot. So now we do have Region 8 not too far away from them, Gujarat Lions and the Avalanche, but you can see that Region 8 is just to the south of them. I think Region 8 already getting up onto this ridge line. Let's see if we can get Trupac picked back up. Home Depot, the last match top fragger. And the Silver Spurs already getting into their spot into this new zone. And they are pushing right up and in onto Avalanche. Avalanche is already in this. Let's see what we can see what's going on as here comes the fight between the Silver Spurs and Avalanche, pushing into the Prince shot, and one's already up top, trying to hold them off, trying to keep them pushing on in. LZX down to about half health as the Gujarat Lions are coming up and in. The Silver Spurs are starting to fall. And we also have Region 8 Gaming. You can see them off in the background. They are also moving around. You can see that also in your upper right hand corner in the mini map. So now's a good time to put this map screen up there. Scroll it on in. We're down to this top 7 teams. Let me get that a little more centered for you. And let's get back into the action. And it looks like Team 15 going up onto that ridge line. Phase 9 down to just a duo over here. Pepper down to 1 HP. Woo! Chaos! Chaos! Able to get that jump shot. But now here they come right up and behind them, and there goes a lot of players out to the blue zone. Home Depot able to finish off the rest of the team, but I'm not sure Region 8 is doing very well after all that damage. I think they were taken out by the blue zone. No, we have Trupac, the last one still standing, but we have Team Fate over here in a fight also with Vatic. You can see Vatic taking those shots right on down. Let's get on over to Vatic, find out what's going on as Team Fate is trying to come up and in, and here comes the push. Claws and I think it's Salty, no, Casper right there with him. Claws trying to figure out, look at that jump shot over that window. Vatic up to 11 eliminations. We're down to the top 4 teams. We still have a team out in that Prince shop, and we also have the Gujarat Lions to the north side as well. They need to come on in, and we still have Trupak from Region 8. So we have the full 4-man team of Vatic. We have a 3-man team of Avalanche, a solo from Region 8 Gaming, and the Gujarat Lions. So they are all trying to come on in. Let's check in on what Brutal is doing. We'll check in on these solos getting pushed up on by Vatic and Avalanche. Claws. I don't know how I clicked over onto you, but Claws is now over right on top of Avalanche. Avalanche is gonna have to come right out and underneath them, and so now let me see. We are down to Trupak over on that ridge side, right in Claus' sight, and there goes Trupak. So now we are down to just Laria. Now we've seen Laria several times tonight trying to do the run over in Erangel, and now coming right out and over down to 1 HP, and there they go out to the blue. Claus had so much damage on him, and Vatic coming in first with 12 eliminations, 10 placement, 22 total points for Vatic for this Miramar match. Avalanche coming in second with 4 eliminations. Region 8 Gaming coming in third with 9 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out. Vatic Blaze, 4 eliminations, 512 damage. So when we come right back, we'll be jumping with Vatic Blaze. Let me show you the scores for that first match. Coming in first, Infinity Reapers with 19 total points. Avalanche coming in second with 17 with that winner chicken dinner. Region 8 coming in third with 16. And then when we come right back, I should have the scores going into Rondo, the leaderboard shuffle match of tonight. So be right back. So Golu's still going too. So those are the only 2 that are still standing for the Roaring Dragons over here. They are not that far away. It does look like To Be Announced has pulled back just a little bit, but oh, there goes Team 16, the Royal 7 taken out. But straight out of Nepal, still coming up on top of Socrates Esports. Socrates Esports, Sandhu has been knocked. Looks like they're going to try to get him picked back up Punjab, trying to get that going on. And we do have an off angle over here by White Hats. So let's see what's going on. 7-11, able to get another knock onto the Infinity Reapers. The Infinity Reapers rags up to 4 eliminations coming out of Leones. He is trying to pay attention to almost there up on that ridge line, and you can see off in the distance there is someone trying to get him in his sight line from Exceed. So we do have Exceed all right in here as well. Now let's go ahead and put this map screen up there, give you guys an idea of where we are pushing right up and in. I think all of our teams are right here. Yes, they are. So we can just focus on this part of the map now. I think I have all your teams in here. This is all water, so there you go. I think there you go. So now let's go. Let's go ahead and find out where our next fight is. We do have another donut zone, so now let's go to this north side. Let's check in on Entity. Team Entity coming in from the north as well. You can see that they are all still setting up, but we've got several teams, if you look, doing the the edge zone sweep. Oh, deep. That's not a very good place to get stuck. Oh, there you go. Back it up. Back it up. Beep, beep, beep. All right, so we do have Claws. It looks like Claws over here may also be trying to gatekeep the Roaring Dragons from coming in. He knows that there's a team right behind him, but it looks like he is going back. Velocity Gamma. Velocity Gamma does get a knock. Let's get on over here. Get the last match top fragger up on the screen. He is up to 2 eliminations. He was coming right up in there onto Team Entity. He sees Entity. What a shot by Gamma. Right up onto, I think that was Entity Ace at the top of that hill. Gamma's still trying to push up and in, still trying to hold him off. And there goes Rags. Rags goes out to the play zone. We are in stage 4, so these teams do have to really start paying attention to the zone damage as well. And now Gamma a little late on this push, but they did. Oh, Gamma down to 1 HP is all of them from Velocity, trying to push right up the hill onto Entity at the top of the hill. The right goes down. Ooh, and we're down to just the left. The left one still standing. The left one coming up in the Golden Murano. Now it looks like he's going to go ahead and head right on over into the Roaring Dragons. So now let's see what we can do for Team Entity at this northern edge. We do have 4 teams down at the south. We got straight on the Paul. Let me go check in on the spotlight. We'll put the spotlight down here on Exceed, trying to get those angles across the way onto almost there and straight out on the Paul. Plus we've got another team coming up and right behind them. That is the Apex Predator. And look at this, I believe he's a solo coming right up and around. So let's check in on Supreme coming out of Leones after all those fights. Still making his way right along this edge and just gonna keep right on. Ooh. Nope, he went out to the play zone. So Exceed, even though they got him down to 1 HP, the play zone taking him out. So our zone does pop again. Let me go ahead and put that new zone up there. You can see that we still have the fights going on in the edge zone. So the edge sweeps, we do have Rashab over here in a fight with 2B. Now it's Golu. Here you guys go for, oh, the nade. We saw that nade coming right up and over the top. Salty and Claws. Another, oh, that nade by Claws. Claws getting to both of the Roaring Dragons with that nade right up and over on top of them. To be announced, up to 6 eliminations. So now let's see what else. We still have a couple of teams up here. We got Team Entity and Blizzard Esports. They are still up on this northern side. You can see that we got 2 be announced, still doing the edge zone sweeps. And let's go. Let me see. I'm not sure where you guys want to go. We have some flippy floppy cars over here. We're over here at the parting of the Welcome back, everyone. We are headed into match 3, the leaderboard shuffle of the North America's Best Stars. This is week 11 of 11 winter finals, the final night. We're headed into the final 3 matches. Lexi is trying really hard to get the scores rolling, but she is having issues getting them to print. I will show them to you as soon as possible, but Peach is saying she's done waiting and let's go. So it looks like we've got everybody except for one from Team 12 undisputed. So, ooh, we just lost 2 of them from the 7 deadly sins. So hopefully they come on back. Team 9. Team 9 is Origins. What? What is happening here? Where's Origin? Oh, we got 2 7 deadly sins, so that's not going to be hard for me. Oh, no, not at all. Oh, here we go. Let's see if Slayer makes it on into the match, but this time we're going to be headed into Ronda with Vatic Blaze. 4 eliminations, 512 damage. So let's go ahead and get him up on that screen and give him some screen damn love. And like I said, when Lexi gets the scores printed for us, she is struggling with them tonight. Hopefully it'll print. I thought I was the only one lurking, Roxy. I doubt you're the only one lurking. Alright, so now let's get on down to Vatic Blaze. There he is on your screen, the last match top fragger. Let me get on over here and find him. And just barely got him. Coming in with that double flight path into Ronda. We're coming in from that northeast, headed over to the west, and from the second flight path, just north of Jadina City, going over the north of the first flight path, also going over to that western edge. So we got some chopstick action going on. So we are jumping with Vatic into match number 3, and look at this, already down at the first flight path. We've already got several teams jumping off, none of them going down to Jadina City itself, but we do have several jumping down towards the southern side. You can see that we've got the one of the 7 deadly sins teams along with the Infinity Reapers. We also have Kill the Apps over here with Zone 0 Zenith and Region 8 Gaming. So let's see what else is going on. Looks like Vatic is doing just fine. They're jumping by themselves. In the X Factory, let's head over with one of the 7 deadly sins. This is Team 9 Origins. I don't know if they just took over the slot. I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to go ahead and go with, it looks like they're jumping with Alpha 4 Legend. And I'll try to get as many teams as possible in these fights. We also have Team 18 coming over into the city at the far western edge with 4 other teams, I believe. We do have Apex Predators with Zoo, Team 12 Undisputed, and Team Fate. So let me get Zoo up there. Zoo is one of the teams that has been called out in my YouTube chat. Nate is already down. Slayer over here trying to get those shots over onto Alpha 4 Legend. He is down to 25 ammo in his TVS. Tries to get that shot right up and over, and I think that was MM. To 25, up to 2 eliminations. And so we still have a couple of teams over here towards that racetrack area. Now you can see that we've got Homeless, and I think Homeless is now the only one over there. So here we are in Zhaotin on the right hand side. The stadium has a couple of teams, and Mehran is empty. And the temple is also empty. So these teams are all finding their new drop spots. Let's get on over to Team 20. The Accidental Pros. Hunter trying to get up and onto the Gujarat Lions. It looks like Derville just got taken out. Let's see what's going on with Kahir and Kyra, and we've also got Brutal over here inside the stadium itself, so he's pretty far away from all that. he should be able to get that recall back up. But we do have Kyra over here with the 2 from the accidental crows, the 3. There are 3 of them over here. So let's go back on over. Let's check in on what Hunter is doing. Hunter's not too far away from all of this. As here comes all of the Gujarat lions coming right on back. They're all pushing right up and in onto Kyra, right on down below. It looks like Cobra's gonna go ahead and try to get that information, try to figure out where the Gujarat lions are coming up, and already placing their teammates a little differently since they are a trio, but their 4th is way up to that northern side. The rest of this map is really clear. This is a very different fight than normal. So we are still over with Zoo on the other side. So let's go back over to the accidental pros onto this side and see what's going to happen. As look at this, Hunter pushing right up and in. Hunter coming, ooh, Hunter coming right in and right on down. Let me check in on Leo. Leo across the way as the Gujarat lions are pushing right up and in. Cobra is down to about 5 HP. We saw Hunter go down just a second ago. Leo down to about 5 HP. 3 out of the 4 of them down to 5 HP. And so now we're down to just a solo over here at the recall center. So let's go back on over here, and they're going to be able to get that recall back up. Zoo headed on out towards the recall center. And I thought it was the same one for a second over here with the accidental photos. So now I think now's a good time to put that map screen back up so you guys can check in on if your teams are still in this, because we still have 17 teams in this match. So with all the recalls in, ooh, not a good place to keep your head up, not a good place. Supreme from across the way is able to see it, and so now the Team 18, Team Fate are down to just a solo over here. Let's see, Snorlax trying to get in and across to the compound to get over, to get the reses off. And it doesn't look like the Apex Predators are on the move to come on over to get the eliminations. I do see Marco moving right up and in, so might get that push, but I think they're going to be able to get at least one res off before here comes the footsteps. I hear them on the outside, so let's see if he can get that picked back up. And no Snorlax, let him do the other pickup, but it looks like he's going to let him heal up as Term 24K gonna come on down. Look at that helmet. That helmet is completely red, and the nade coming in from Pixel over onto Paglu. So now Paglu needs to get picked back up. Termy trying to throw those nades down. Oh, it's a sticky bomb, trying to keep him from coming up those stairs, trying to give his teammate some time to get that res off and the heal. Oh, Termy goes down to the nade from Marco. Snorlax trying to hold him off as they come up and around. Snorlax up to 2 eliminations on this push. And now let's see what's going on over here. We do have Supreme across the way and Void in a fight over here with Wick from the Homeless. So now let's check in on what Supreme is doing as they are fighting to get their teammates back into this match. So let's see what else is happening. Let me go ahead and put that map screen back up and show you guys where we are. We got Vatic down here in a fight. Let's get that last match top fragger on the screen. We do have the Silver Spurs right on the outside of where Blaze is camped out at the moment. Oh, the Apex Predators. Homeless taking out Void. So now the Apex Predators are down to just Supreme. Supreme is going to have to pull on out of that compound and try to get to one of those recalls. to get his teammates back into it. Beep, beep, telephone pole. Alright, let's go. Let's see what else is happening, because we do have Vatic still down towards the center zone, and our zone does pop again. So let's see what's going on with Homeless across the way. Homeless is coming right up and in onto zone 0 Zenith, and I see Tala right on top of that. As Dope is shifting around trying to get those shots right up and over, and here comes this nade this day, and nade could be devastating. Does it land? It goes just on top of zone 0 Zenith. Just cooked a little too long for that throw. Alright, let me go ahead and scroll on in as much as I can to get as many of these teams on this map so that you can see where your teams are at the moment. They are just still moving. Now it looks like zone 0 Zenith is on that off angle, and Dope going down on that play. So now, ooh, and I think we're in trouble over here. Wick is calling his teammates back. Dope and Man all the way up here in the blue, but they should be able to get on down and in. And so now one of the 7 deadly sins coming right up and in onto Vatic and the Silver Spurs. Oh, nay, going down. This is Team 9 Origins. Origins now down to just a duo. Slayer and Paradox coming trying to get away from the Silver Spurs and Vatic right across the way. Hello, Jack. Jack plays. Hello, welcome. Alright, so now let me go ahead and show you that map, give you an idea. We are still in that donut zone spot, so let's scroll on in just a little bit. I think I'm cutting off some teams. There you go. Give you an idea. We still have a couple of teams to that north side as well. And let's get back into this. We still have the Silver Spurs right across the way from Vatic. Both teams are being really quiet. But look at this. We do have Team 18, Fate Esports, pushing right up and into the Gujarat Lions, and not too far away we still have Zoo in this as well, and Zoo is taking those shots right across the way, trying to get some of the. It is Jot over here. Jot trying to get those shots and trying to get out of the spray from Team Seal. So Team Fate does get Gil knocked up on top of that. And let's go. Let's see what's going on with Derville. Hello, Derville. We do have one missing from the Gujarat Lions over onto this side, and our zone's getting ready to pop. Let me put that up there. And we are centering around Yulin this time, so a lot of these teams have to push on in. And don't forget that Vatic has been over here watching the Silver Spurs, our last match top fragger. Blaze still in position, just watching as the Silver Spurs are getting ready to come on out. So now let me go ahead and check in on where there might be some more fights. We do have another fight over onto this side as another team pushes right up and in onto the zone 0 Zenith from the top of that hill. Blaze letting them know that he is right there waiting for him, or misfiring. Hard to know which is which sometimes. And it looks like he's going to go ahead. They're going to go ahead and wrap around. But I do see another team coming up. That is Team 17 and 7. Not too far away. The Infinity Reapers. Look at this. Right in that mini map there. Coming right up and it is the Infinity Team 17, the Avalanche, coming up right into this compound, and Blaze making sure that that does not happen. They are gatekeeping these teams from coming on in. Now it looks like Zone Zenith are still getting pushed up over in here by Salty from Phase 9, right underneath Alpha 4 Legend. Alpha 4 Legend just to that northern side of where they are. but both of these teams are in zone. The Blaze is just on the outside of the zone, getting ready to shift on in, because this is stage 3, and they're going to have to start using quite a bit of those first aids. And let's go ahead and put that map up there, show you where they're coming on in. It is all coming from that southern side, coming right up and in. So now let's get on over to Alpha 4 Legend, get some S&T on our screen. And it looks like Bennywall is now in a fight. Let me see if I can find Bennywall over onto this side. Let me see if I can find him really quick. And where is he? I have no idea. They are not where I last left them. Alright, so let's see. Team 8 now out in the blue, not too far away from Team 18. Sports coming on into zone as well, taking those shots across, and that was Homeless getting all those shots over onto Aura as he's trying to wrap around right next to Vatic. Vatic is right there in that compound. You can see Aura coming right to the south side of Vatic. So now let's see, where else can we go? We still have so much chaos going on. Let me get on over here to Team 16. The Homeless Esports still trying to push up and into zone. Still has quite a distance away from that zone. Let me see if I can get that in there. Show you that most of these teams have not made it into the zone. Most of these teams are still doing the edge sweep plays. And let's check it on Derville, as Derville goes right up and in right between the two teams. He does have the Gujarat Lions over here, Homeless over here, headed straight into the Silver Spurs. The Silver Spurs right ahead in front of them. And I do see Team 13 not too far away as well. The actual 7 deadly sins. These teams trying to confuse me. Alright, so now let's see what else is going on. Alpha 4 Legend in a fight with Team Fate. We got the Zone 0 Zenith in a fight with Kill All Ops. Alright, what else is happening? Let me scroll on and see what I can find. Let's get on over to the Accidental Pros. The Accidental Pros pushing right up in between all of these teams. We are now over at the Temple area. So we do have Team 12 coming up and in Undisputed. I see Team... one of the 7 Deadly Sins teams over here. That is Team 13, the 7 Deadly Sins, right over here with the Gujarat Lions and Avalanche. Avalanche is over here as well. So now we're mostly lopsided. We've got several teams up here in the temples, but there goes the Apex Predators out to Alpha 4 Legend. Alpha 4 Legend coming right up and in and taking over that far east edge. So now, what else can I show you? We're going to try to keep up with what is happening over here in the temples, because there's a lot of action in the temples. But let's get on over to the Gujarat Lions, as they are still pushing up and around over here by the Silver Spurs. I'm going to try to get as many of these teams as possible. Hello, CLO. Alright, we do have the Alpha 4 Legend coming on down. Looks like Bennywall is going to try to get Sam Sexy picked back up. But we do have Avalanche coming down as well. So look at this. Sam sees Salty off in the distance. Let's see what's going on with Claus. Claus, can I get to you? Yes, I can. Claus right over here in the swamps. So in the rice fields. And Claus goes down. Let's see if we can find out what Blaze is doing across that from the Homeless Esports. We still have several teams right over here on this northern side of the play zone. And we do have Team 12 trying to push into Team 13. Team 12 undisputed. Look at Bennywall getting that knock, making it look so easy. Alright, so Blaze still struggling to try to get him off of his team. And we do lose Claws. Salty is still bleeding out. We still have Homeless across the way. Blaze is trying to find Homeless Homeless Man across that way. But he does have another team just to his north, and I'm not sure who that was. And I'm thinking Casper's having some issues over on the other side as well. Bennywall still keeping an eye on Team 17 Avalanche, as we do have Team 12 pushing right up and in. Sennheiser just keeping an eye across the ways. The Silver Spurs are pushing down into Team 13. Speedy trying to hold off the Team 6. The Silver Spurs are pushing right up and in. Blaze making it all the way across over to Casper to get him picked back up, and we are down to the top 17. Most of these teams are over in this Yulin area, over in the temples. Let me see if I can click on one of them and give you a sky view of what is happening in this temple area. So the temple area, usually a hot drop, but today it has been a hot ending spot. So let's go ahead. Let me see if I can give you an idea where everyone is without switching that over. There you go. Give you an idea what is happening. We still have Team 14 up on the ridgeline. Gujarat Lions right behind Team 12 and 13 in this fight. So now let's see what's happening with the Silver Spurs. The Silver Spurs are over here in the center zone area, so they've got the Alpha 4 Legend coming up right behind them. Let's check in on Alright, he also hears all these shots coming up, and you're not showing, Green. What do you mean you're not showing? Show all. Oh, Alpha 4 Legend. Yeah, I'm on Alpha 4 Legend. Alright, so Alpha 4 Legend up to 12 elimination. Sorry, Burnt Penguin, but look at this. MM 2025. And I know I've been on 2025 more than once. We got to see him over in that stadium area and then going down into that compound. So I've been on him more than once, Burnt Panda. Don't yell at me. Gujarat Lions right across the way over here, trying to get those shots across onto Alpha 4 Legend. And all these teams up here in the temple do need to come on down. There that is side by side. Gives you an idea where they are. Let me go back over for the Burnt Panda. And let's see what's going on. We got the SCT right up on top of Vatic and the Silver Spurs. Vatic to the south and the Silver Spurs to the north. If you look up in the mini map at upper right hand corner, you can see that Alpha 4 Legend is right in between these two major teams. So now we do have Derville up on top of this ridgeline, and Derville should have all sorts of sight lines from the three teams. We have three teams in the temple that need to come out of the temples and push up that ridgeline. Derville should be in a really good spot to get some of the teams rotating out. We still have Alpha 4 Legend just now losing zone as everybody has to push in. We did get a donut zone, and ICT trying to figure out the best places. He's pointing out all the rocks. We do have emergency cover sticks already thrown out into that middle, but ICT keeping his sight right on of Vatic, trying to make sure that Vatic does not come on in, and now they're getting ready to rotate. They cannot wait it out. So now let's see the Gujarat line moving right up and in onto this northwest side. We've got Alpha 4 Legend pushing right up and in onto Vatic. Vatic is right there behind him. Vatic is down to just a solo. One of them has been knocked. Blaze doing the 1v. He's down to 5 HP. And Blaze going out to the Alpha 4 Legend. The last match top fragger. And MM 25. 7 of the 14 points for Alpha 4 Legend. We're down to the top 5 teams now. So let me get this map screen up there. Give you guys an idea where your zone is. Our zone is really closing in, and here comes some more emergency covers coming on down, and ICT does get knocked, and we've lost Ken as well. So now they are getting shot at. Let's see, who is that? It is the Gujarat Lions coming up from this western side. Right, look at this. All along that western side are all the Gujarat Lions. Lexi just said that she's having all sorts of issues with the loading, and we are still waiting for some of the results to come on in. So we'll get them to you guys as soon as possible. We do have a solo up on right next to the 7 Deadly Sins. Yes, 7 Deadly Sins, Team 13. And the Gujarat Lions coming in from that other side. And it looks like Austin from Undisputed throwing some of those cover sticks, making sure that he can get up along this ridgeline to see over the top. And we still have 5 teams in this. We still have the 7 Deadly Sins, Undisputed, the Gujarat Lions, Alpha 4 Legend, and the Silver Spurs. The Silver Spurs in that position across the way to see up and over. They can see where all these teams are. So now let's see what's going on. That was Master and Farrell. Let's check in on Kevin. Kevin trying to keep Austin from coming out of that area. Austin does have to push up and in, and look at that. Right when we get off of Austin gets pushed up on, and the 7 Deadly Sins. I couldn't get back over to him in time before Benewal. Benewal just coming right up and over and taking him down and out. And so now we are down to the top 14. Oh, look at this from Kevin from the Silver Spurs one more time. Has those angles across that wide open space, and we are down to the top 3 teams now. So now let me see what I can see from the Silver Spurs area. The Silver Spurs are uphill from the rest of the teams now. All the teams are downhill from them. All these teams are in zone at the moment, but the Silver Spurs has this ridgeline all the way at the top, looking down right into Alpha 4 Legend, sandwiched between the Silver Spurs and the Gujarat Lions. And look at this zone. Look at how they are all trying to push on down and in. MM 2025, maybe the last one still standing. Let's check in on what is going on with him, as we do get pinched between the Silver Spurs and the Gujarat Lions. MM25 still standing, but we do have Sam coming right up and in. Let me see if I can get this on the side by side, give you an idea where these teams are as Sam's trying to hold them off. We do have Brutal coming down, trying to go ahead and pick up Sam, and I think the Silver Spurs or MM25 may 2025 may have those zones. May have 2025 trying to get out of that explosion and down into that dip as the Gujarat Lions. Draville is now pushing up and in to the Silver Spurs. Let me go ahead and back that up just a little bit. Can't really get him in much better than this. And this nade, look at that nade. And MM2 2025 up to 9 eliminations. Burnt Penguin. There it is, that nade going off from the Silver Spurs. And it is now a 1v3 as the Silver Spurs are trying to push down and in onto 2025. And he's trying to get the best shots he can. And he gets the off angle. Silver Spurs coming in first with 9 eliminations. Look at this. Alpha 4 Legend MM 2025 had 9 by himself. 15 or 16 total. Is that right? 17. Yes. I'm getting tired, boys. 16 eliminations for the Alpha 4 Legend. Gujarat Lions coming in third with 7 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 11, or 10 through 12. I'm reading Lexi at the same time. 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out. Alpha 4 Legend MM 2025. 9 eliminations. 1,115 damage. And we will be right back. Hopefully Lexi can get these scores printed off for us. Going into match number 4 of the North America's Best Stars. This is Winter Finals, final week, 11 out of 11. I will be right back. Red Sea, and it does look like everyone has already found their houses for the zone. We do have, oh no, we got Team Entity coming in right next to Socrates. Can he get on in? The left, going left, and not much left of the Golden Morano. And Claus taking out the left one. Alright guys, let's go. Let's see what else is happening. We do have straight on a Paul Spence over here. Oh, Wolf finding one of them from Blizzard Esports. We're down to the top 6 teams. Hello, Pretty. Hello, Brady OP. Welcome. Alright, so let's see what is happening over here with almost there. Ooh, Spence finding Kaiser. So now we gotta try to get him picked back up. 7 but 11, trying to find those spots. Use the smoke. Does he even have? He has no throwables. He has 0 throwables. We still have Spence off in that off angle, way up on that ridge line. Probably has perfect sight line right on down on top of them. So now when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and scroll on in on our map. So when our zone pops again, we are ready to find out where they are headed this time. Because we only have about 10 seconds left before our next zone shift. We still have 6 teams in this, so let's see what's going to happen. Who is going to get blessed? I feel like Spence. Yep, we're going all the way up over here. Most of these teams, this is a donut zone, so most of these teams are in a decent area. Looks like to be announced. Just found another solo. So no, it wasn't a solo. So I'm not sure who he just found. Was it over on Socrates? Yes, it was. They were able to find another one. So Spence still in zone, still up on that ridge line with all these sight lines. But we've got the white hat coming up and around, trying to get those angles onto Spence. Look at this across the way. You can see Spence on the eastern or southern side and white hat on the northern side. But to be announced, maybe wrapping up and around. I want to show you this. They are wrapping up and around, and they may end up right here on the Socrates compound, where it is getting covered by straight out of Nepal as well. And it looks like White Hat is maybe able to get up and around. Spence needs to watch his back because he does have White Hat right on top of him. You can see that he is right over there. So Spence is more than well aware of it. You could probably hear the footsteps right above him. Let me go on down to the southern side as Wolf also on this crazy split is right over here with two other teams. You can see that we do have to be announced right over here along with Exceed. So we got Blaze on one side, Wolf on the other, and look at that, we have Swayze trying to get out of here. Oh no, Bimmy down, so we're down to the solo 4. Exceed, Blood trying to keep his head down because he's got all 4 of them from to be announced to his west, straight out of Nepal to his east, and almost there, right in front of him, gatekeeping him from that edge zone. And they are still, here comes to be announced, but it looks like Claus is headed right up and over onto almost there. Let's see if I can get Claus on our screen, and we'll do a side by side so we can get more of this action in here. Everybody in their vehicles trying to stay out of the 556 skeeters. And almost there, taking out by straight out of Nepal. Blood still trying to come right up and in the seat swap. Over onto straight out of Nepal. Wolf staying out of that. Blood still trying to come down and gets found by KC. We are down to the top 4 teams. We have 4 teams remaining. So let me go ahead and put this map screen up there. Show you guys who we still have in this. In our zone, getting ready to pop. It's another donut zone. So all these teams just have to push on in. They already know where they are. The Chosen is sandwiched up on this north side between the duo from straight out of Nepal and all right over here. Oh, not a way to park the vehicle. Can he get this vehicle unparked? You can see that we do have Socrates Esports right to the northwest. I can spit it out eventually, guys. And look at the huge split by straight out Nepal, still in stage 7. So Socrates over there. I just saw another knock. Socrates was a full 4-man team, but they are coming up into the teams of straight out of Nepal. And to be announced, White Hat trying to get over into the zone from the south. But here comes KC wrapping up and around. Spence still up in that nest right at the top. KC going down by Chosen. Shing getting out of that masterpiece over here. Let's go on. Let's see what's happening with Shing, because he does have Spence right on the hilltops, right above him in those cliffside. Oh, Spence almost got him with that molly, and Shing is getting pushed right out into to be announced. Blaze straight across from him, and he is still trying to keep his head down. He does have judges over onto the one side. He's got Spence coming up and around, and he gets found by we still had 3 teams in here. What just happened? To be announced, coming in first with 16 total eliminations, 10 placements, 20. Hello everyone and welcome back. It doesn't look like we're gonna have scores going into tonight's final match of the North America's Best Stars, but this time we will be jumping with Alpha 4 Legend Burnt Penguin. We are jumping with MM 2025, 9 eliminations, 1,150 13 damage. So as soon as we load on in, we will find Alpha 4 Legend. Oh, we got somebody in slot 1. It looks like they left the match. Let's get on over to MM2025. Let me get that map screen up there. I'm sorry that Lexi is having some issues with getting the scores to print, but hopefully she can get them for to the final. I'll ask her, will you have final scores? Alright, so now let's see. We're coming in from just north of that shooting range area, coming in between the ruins and the boatyard, going over the top of Pachinki and military base, going off to the end of the flight path. So now let's see what's going on. We've got several teams jumping up in this North George area. Look at all the teams we've got up here. We've got the Silver Spurs. We've got one of the 7 deadly sins. Let's see, it is Team 13, the 7 deadly sins. We do have Vatic coming right on down to that eastern edge, but we also have Undisputed coming into the middle of it. She said hopefully she will have the scores at the end of the match. In Alpha 4 Legend, jumping with several teams. Let's see what's going on over here. I'll go ahead and click off. Once we see that first zone, where are they? It looks like we've only got the one team down in Pachinki. They're headed down to the docks in the farm area. They're on a fairly large 2-2 split, but we're not too far away from Team 11. Kill the apps. And look at this. Oh, he's gonna come right on in, steal that car from him, and hopefully he can get on out of there. Alpha 4 Legend, says Burnt Penguin. Yes, he is on your screen. The last match, top fragger, Burnt Penguin. We are on them. Lexi is saying sorry to everyone. She's trying hard to get them out there for us. So hang in there, guys. We should have some scores soon. Alright, what else is going on? Let me put that map back up there. The Gujarat Lions running over someone right on over here. Let's see what's happening. Oh, Team Seal. Look at this. He's coming right up and around. They're trying to get him. And another one goes down. Tire squish from Kiara. One more time tonight. Kiara getting those tires squishes. Brutal also getting one. And then now they're heading on out. But Zone 0 Zenith now down to just a duo as they're heading on out. Our first zone pops and we are going over to that southwest side. Not too much of the military base island on it, so we should be pretty safe staying on the mainland. And let me find out where we want to go next while you guys are checking out your map and your rotations. We do have the 3 teams that are up here toward, it looks like ooh, I'm not so sure that the 7 deadly sins are headed in the right direction. They're headed up over here towards Zarky. But Zarky, look at this. We got the Silver Spurs. Kevin is not too far away. You can see that up in that upper right hand corner. They are wrapping around the Silver Spurs. So Silver Spurs coming up towards that Kameshki area might be one of the few fights that we see right up in this Kameshki area. Master YouTube about ready to get all the team right on top of them as they go driving right on past Master. Look at this. He's in his buggy heading on out as the 7 deadly sins came right up and on top of him. So now Master YouTube getting out of there. He'll be doing just fine, but I'm thinking Sennheiser right up here on top of Vatic. Maybe biting off more than he can chew. Vatic is in a 2-2 split. We got Salty and Casper on the one side and Claus and Blaze on the other side of Sennheiser. So let me check in on the map screen while you guys keep an eye on this fight. And I think this is the active fight at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and scroll that in and get your map screen up there so you can see what is going on. Most of these teams will be coming in from that east side, so most of these teams know that especially the teams closer to this eastern edge of the play zone, they know that they're going to have all these teams coming in, so they might be gatekeeping or trying to decide whether or not they want to get across over to that western edge. That's how they play. And it looks like Sennheiser getting quite a few hits over on Casper's vehicle, but he did give his position away, and I see Claus already working his way across North George to get closer to him. Look at this. Blaze also taking those shots across. Let's check in on Blaze. I don't know what Blaze is shooting at. I guess he does not like that crate. Alright, so Sennheiser's still across from him. So let's go. Let's see what else is happening. We do have a couple of teams down in this South George area. Let's see what Ninja is keeping an eye on. He is keeping an eye on down onto the Apex Predators. Ooh, Supreme's getting up on that top side. He might be able to... Sennheiser! Sennheiser just found Blaze. So let's get back over to Sennheiser and find out. I am sorry, Sennheiser. I did not expect you to find Blaze. I didn't expect Blaze to get himself out there for you to find. Alright, so now let's see what else is going on. Let's see the Infinity Reapers down. Ooh, Claus! Down to 1 HP. Sennheiser not missing these shots. And look at this. They're coming up and around. Who is this coming in from the other side? I'm not exactly sure what I just saw on the elimination feed. But now Claus is definitely has the attention from Sennheiser. Sennheiser now is solo, but the rest of his team are not pushing all that closely up. So look at this. So let's see what's going on with Sennheiser. Sennheiser does have Marco pushing right up and in, trying to get closer over to Vatic. And so we do have, let's see, Blaze down quite a bit in health. So let's see what's going on with Salty. Salty is trying to get those angles across onto Sennheiser. And now Zoo is in a fight. So let's see what's going on with Zoo. See if I can figure out where Zoo is at the moment. Alpha 4 Legend is still okay, Penguin. Alpha 4 Legend is not in the fight just yet. So let me see where is Zoo, because they were just in that fight. They are pretty much center zone. They are right here in the Gaka fields at the 1 stack. So let's see what else is happening, then I can tell you. I think I could go ahead and put this map screen back up. It does look like Vatic is going to go ahead and prioritize zone position. So let me go ahead and put that map up there. You can see that we're headed into match number 2, and it looks like they're headed straight for the 7 deadly sins. And now they're the 7 deadly sins. You can see that Salty is watching them as the 7 deadly sins are moving around in that field. Thought Salty was gonna stop, but they're not sure what they're doing. We'll keep an eye on this. He is stopping, and look at this, the Silver Spurs coming out of Kameshki right on top of Vatic. And now Vatic out in this wide open field right below the Silver Spurs. And now Bennywall from Oh, Bennywall gets found by Blaze. Blaze taking him down and out as Bennywall tries to get into that position. And we still have the 3 teams right up over here. We've got the Silver Spurs, and we also have right on down here, we got the 7 Deadly Sins. The 7 Deadly Sins are down to just a duo as Vatic comes up and around. Sam Sexy trying to get that nade right up and over into Vatic, but Vatic has already moved off this wall. And Claws coming right up and in now. 7 Deadly Sins down to just kill across the way, but we still have the Silver Spurs not too far away. It looks like the Silver Spurs are rotating all the way over towards that North Rozhok area. We still have 17 teams in this. Let's go. Let me go ahead and put this map screen back up there. Give you guys an idea where your teams may be, since most all of these teams are in here. And we already know that we do have oh, right on out right when we clicked off of them. Alright, so now we're down to the top 16 teams. And here you go, Burt Penguin. Here is your last match. Top fragger coming in just to the southeast side of the zone. And they're coming in right below. Who is that to the north of them? I think that's Avalanche, just to the north side of them. So Avalanche should be able to see them going across the field. So now let me go ahead and get back in here. Let me check in on the map, see if there's any other fights that I can see. It does look like Undisputed. Oh, the Silver Spurs wrapped back up and around back over towards that North George area. So they were headed east, and then they decided to wrap around to that Georgia pole, to the West Bridge, and come down to that north side of South George. And now look at this, Zone Zenith right over here with alongside of Team Fate. So let me go ahead and put that up on the side by side, because I think Team Fate, did they drive by? They drove by. He's doing just fine. And we do have all sorts of chaos going on over in this area where the Alpha 4 Legend is coming right up and in. We got Team 15 Phase 9 over here with Alpha 4 Legend, and my screen locked up. Let me see if I can find somebody else, give you an idea. We got Phase 9 over here next to Kill the Ops, not too far away from Team 9 Origins, not too far away from Alpha 4 Legends. So the Gaka Fields, that western edge of the Gaka Fields, is really starting to pack in with all these teams. We've got Gaka proper filled completely. And now let's go on over to the Avalanche and see as the Avalanche drive up and around by the Infinity Reapers. The Infinity Reapers just to the north side of all of this as well. The Gujarat Lions getting pushed up on. Let's see what's going on over here as Kiara right here with Alpha 4 Legend. And now the Infinity Reapers in that fight, and it looks like we're down to just a solo for the Avalanche, and he's gonna have to get on out of there with the Infinity Reapers right on top of them. So the Infinity Reapers still trying to come up and around. Team 7 coming in right there in front of them, and the Infinity Reapers, just to add insult to injury, stealing his car. So natty, the Infinity Reapers up to 5 eliminations. So now let me go ahead and scroll on in just a bit for all of us and see where our teams are coming in. We have 15 teams remaining, but we are only in stage 3. We still have teams coming in from the bridge area, both the Q Bridge and the Georgia Pole Crates Bridge. So they're still all pushing in. Look at this. So Let me go ahead and put that map screen up there, give you a better idea of what's happening. The Gujarat Lions trying to stay out of the line of fight from 9 across the way. The Origins, I think that was Nade up on the rooftop. And we do have Team 15 not too far away as well. Phase 9. Phase 9 still right on over here. Ghost down to about 5 HP, and you can see kill the ops are all centered in onto phase 9. You can see that up in the upper right hand corner of your mini map, all of their sites, all of their ADS right down onto this compound where the phase 9 are, and our zone does pop again, and we're going over to that, to the Mount Everest Gakka area. Let me show you where we are headed. And let's go, guys. Let's see what's going to happen. I see some chaos about ready to happen over on that eastern side of Gakka. But we also have a lot of teams crushing into this north side as well. All the way up to the Vatic compound. Vatic does have 2 teams coming in right on top of them. Plus a team coming down off of Mount Everest. So now let's see Team Fate in a fight with one of the seven Deadly Sins teams, and I'm not sure which. We do have the Apex Predators and Undisputed. Undisputed was the first fight in North Georgia. And let's see what coming right up in. Looks like Undisputed has a fight going on with it. Oh, we're down to just Blaze. Blaze is the last one still standing. Yeah, Vatic getting taken out by Undisputed. Undisputed, it feels like they targeted Vatic this entire match. Alright, let's see what else is going on. We do have several teams coming in, and let's go back on over and check in on Ken for Alpha 4 Legends. Alpha 4 Legends does have all of them coming right up from the Infinity Reapers as they are headed right into the Silver Spurs. The Silver Spurs up in that Witcher Tower. So now let's see what else is happening. We do have the Team 20. The Accidental Pros right over on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and put this other fight right over here as they came up and into Phase 9. Phase 9 getting taken out by the Accidental Pros. But they do have 2 other teams just to the north of them. They've got Fate Esports and Kill the Ops. So now the Infinity Reapers, Samar, out in the middle of the Gakka fields, trying to stay out of the spray by the Gujarat Lions and the Alpha 4 Legends. The Alpha 4 Legends right there on that edge of teams, and I'm not sure Infinity Reapers Samar knows which direction he wants to come on in, but he knows that's not the right one. So he's gonna drive right up and into Team Fate over here in Gakka Center Zone. And let's see the Infinity Reapers going out to Alpha 4 Legend. Let's get back over to that top fragger as he just finished off the Infinity Reapers. Let's see what else I can find over onto this side. Our zone's getting ready to pop, so let me go ahead and put this map screen back up here for you. And let's see where we are headed. We still have a lot of zone sweep going on. We got several teams just driving through that zone sweep area. But we do have a few of these teams that have already found their compounds, like the Accidental Pros, Team Fate, and Kill the Ops, as well as Undisputed coming in and right on top of Vatic. We've got the Apex Predators coming in from that northwest side. And, ooh, I see MM 2025 getting ready to come right up and in onto the Silver Spurs. The Silver Spurs right on the other side of this. And just getting out of that spray from the Silver Spurs. He does, look at that, he gets that fresh gear and is able to stay out of the Silver Spurs. Upper right hand corner, the Silver Spurs do get pushed out. They get pushed out by MM2025. And look at Gaka. Gaka now has 3 teams over in here. And let me go ahead and put this on the side by side. We're trying to get our teammates picked back up over here. Fate, Nade, Peglu. Oh, he goes down as he's trying to throw that nade out there. Now Team Fate down to Just Zinc. And MM2025 coming right up and in the FPP, coming in onto the Accidental Pros, pushing the Accidental Pros right on out of this compound. So now let's see what else is going on. We still have the teams over here in Gaka. Let me see. This is Gaka proper. Let's see how many teams we still have in here. Let's go. Zinx is on fire as he's trying to get it pushed right up on by Team 14, the Gujarat Lions. And now here comes another team coming right up and in. Gujarat Lions along with, what else is there? No, the Gujarat Lions are going to stay on downstairs. Oh, here he is right on the other side. And let's go over onto that other side. Let's get into the fight from the Apex Predators. The Apex Predators coming right up and in on to kill the Ops. And I think we're down to just Boo over here. Boo is the last one still standing as they are all pushing right up and in. Here comes the Apex Predators. Back to the Alpha 4 Legend. We're down to the top 6 teams now. Let me go ahead and put this map up there, give you guys an idea where they are. Let me put the map screen up on here because they are pretty separated out, but we've only got a few seconds to find out where our next zone is popping. We still have 6 teams in stage 5, and now it looks like Team Fate gonna go ahead and move on out. And let's see what is happening as Team Fate gets found as he tries to move out of the compound. And we do have, let's see what's going on, as one of them from is MM2025. He pushed right up and in to Gaka. So now Gaka is getting pushed by Alpha 4 Legend. Undisputed right across the way. So now let me see what's going on with Undisputed. See which one. Let's go with Austin. Austin is up to 5 eliminations up on that rooftop. Let's try to get a side by side. See what is happening as the rest of the team's trying to push right up and in. Let's check in. Oh, he is still down at the southern side of Gaka, trying to get the shots over onto the Silver Spurs. The Silver Spurs across the way. The Apex Predators still up on that hilltop. And we're down to the top 5 teams. We do have 2 minutes remaining of stage 6. And it does look like they're starting to push in, because some of these teams do have to push into zone. Some of these teams already have anchors into zone. Trying to get those shots across the way onto the Silver Spurs, as the Silver Spurs are trying to get into Gaka. So there are 4 of the teams, and I'm not sure where the 5th team is. Let me see. Oh, we still have Zone 0 Zenith. They are out in that field trying to keep their head down, and here comes the push by right up and into Gaka, along with the rest of them, but he cannot stop there because he does have Kill the Ops right up on that ridge line. Kill the Ops trying to get the shots down and in. Yes, we still have a snake out in the field. A solo from Zone 0 Zenith. So now Austin's still trying to get some of those shots across the way And let's go over to the Silver Spurs, because the Silver Spurs, they are right over here on this edge, as well as not too far away from Tala, from Zone 0 Zenith. So we are just right over here, 30 seconds away from the next zone shift. So let's keep it like this, see what we can see. On the side by side, you can see all the players still in here, and you can see where they are on the map. Give you an idea. Are one of these 5 still in this? Are they your team? We already know the Burt Penguin over in YouTube screaming out for Alpha 4 Legend. We definitely know that they are here. And look at this. The Apex Predators coming down off that ridge line, coming on in Zone 0 Zenith. They are out of zone, as well as the Silver Spurs. All these teams are going to have to push right up and in. Let me see if I can get a sky view, a better sky view of what is going on. Is they are still trying to creep on in the Silver Spurs and Zone 0 Zenith. Let me see what I can do. My screen is locked again, guys. Let me try this side around and give you an idea what is happening in GACA. Look at the line of teams across. I don't have to do much, guys, to get those teams on that screen for you, to give you guys an idea where they are all coming in. And it looks like we've got the Apex Predators coming in from that north. Look at this, Marco pushing right up and in, trying really hard to get his car. But that was Tala from Zone 0 Zenith, still creeping in, but taking those shots, trying to blow up the car onto Marco, as Marco is trying to come in onto Alpha 4 Legend and Undisputed across the way. Phase 9 is so good. I like the gameplay, modern and unique. Yes, I like Phase 9 too. Alright, so let's get on over and find out what they're doing over here in the middle. It looks like Austin trying to keep the Silver Spurs from coming on in Zone 0 Zenith, not too far away. Zone 0 Zenith is still taking those shots across over onto the Apex Predators. The Apex Predators are still trying to push on in as well. So now the Apex Predators come right up and into GACA, right behind Ken from Alpha 4 Legend. Before you start yelling at me, over here is Ken trying to stop the push from the Apex Predators. The Apex Predators down to just Marco, as Ken is able to get those nades up and over, in the Alpha 4 Legend still right there in GACA. So there you go. I think you can see most everyone now. So now Ken get ready to throw that nade right up and over onto Marco. Doesn't get Marco. No, Marco is still in the Supreme going out. ICT going down. So now let's see. What else can I show you guys? It looks like the Silver Spurs and Zone 0 Zenith may end up going out to the Blue Zone, because the Blue Zone is getting ready to touch them very imminently. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit more, give you guys a little better idea what is happening. We still have Marco off in that, and I can't quite get Marco and the rest of them. That's about the best I can do, guys, to give you an idea where your teams are. Do you know where your team is? Let me know. Now let's get back into this, and there goes one of the Silver Spurs, as the Silver Spurs are starting to go out to the blue. Rosada trying to come right up and in, but they do have Zone 0 Zenith right behind them. Look at this, Rosada trying to come right on into Undisputed. And so now ICT throwing the nades across onto Undisputed, trying to stay out of nade range. And I can push up and in just a little bit better, give you guys Tala. Tala from Zone 0 was able to get right up in all this as well. Let me do this side by side and give you an idea of what is happening. I think I got most of them in there for you guys. ICT throwing those nades straight up and over. And so now let's go. Marco still over here. We're down to the top 2 teams. So now let's go. We have ICT pushing right up and in. Let's go ahead and put MM25 on the one side. Let me get Undisputed Austin on the other side. Austin's been knocked as he came right up and in. Rocco trying to get those nades over onto the Alpha 4 Legend. Haha, going down. We are down to the final 2 teams, and we went all the way to stage 9. There will be no more zone. It is going to close up on itself. These players have to get this done. Rocco with the nade over onto ICT. MM 2025 up on the roof. We got Ken right on the outside of Rocco. Rocco trying to get those shots over onto Ken. And Rocco comes out. What? MM25 can. Oh! Rocco is able to find him in HH. I think Haha went out to that. Undisputed coming in first with 18 eliminations. 18 eliminations, 10 placement, 28 total points for Undisputed. Coming in second, Alpha 4 Legend with 12 eliminations. And the Apex Predators coming in third with 2 eliminations. G top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out. Undisputed Rocco coming in with 7 eliminations, 892 damage. Alright guys, give me just a moment. Let me get on over there. Ask Lexi if she can get the scores, and if not, I will be right back. 6 total points for to be announced in this very first Myanmar match. Coming in second, straight out of Nepal with 6 eliminations, and the Chosen coming in third with an elimination. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9 over here. So let me get this on the side by side, because we also have several teams over here in the NABS factory, if you want to look up in the upper right hand corner as well. So now let's go on over and find out what's happening with Team Entity Deep, also getting some of those eliminations. Benny Wall on your right hand side for the 7 deadly sins. So now Nat Corpse up to 2 eliminations. I looked away for 1 second. It looks like they're going to go ahead and push up onto Magic. Blizzard Esports still coming up and around. Magic right in front of them. And Entity, Ace, OP. We do have some shots coming in from across the street, trying to get cover for Nat Corpse, and here he comes right up and in. He's got that nade primed and ready, trying to stay out of the window so that Magic can't get that nade. Oh, that nade right up and through, but he does get found. He does get Magic, but Ace OP is able to find him. Where is not long, right up and on the top. Let's see, can he hold off the push by Team Entity? Is Team Entity pushing up onto his team? He's trying to hold up for, Shago does get taken down. Now ASOP coming up and around this edge. Also trying to get these shots, not long, trying to come through, trying to get the shots, and then he does get the knock onto Ace. So now, not long, still trying to get the elimination over onto him. Let's go on over and see what else is happening. Portia, way too far up. Let's go back in and check in on somebody else over here. We do have Team 16 on the. Hello everyone and welcome back. I'd just like to say thank you everyone for coming out and supporting the North America's Best Stars. It does not look like the printer is working. Lexi is fighting with it, but you're going to just have to go over to the Region 8 Discord server and check in on the scores. Thank you everyone for coming out and supporting these teams. These insane players, Region 8 and me, we all truly appreciate your support. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night, a fantastic week. Stay safe. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Good night, everyone.